Okay, YouTubers, got another how-to video here, this time on the wife's 2010 Cadillac CTS. Okay, the problem I'm dealing with here is got a problem with the OnStar. If you look right now, right over here, got a red light here, so I'm going to try to work with it. I'm going to have to get to the OnStar module, and so that's what we're going to do. Okay, so now we know the problem. We've got a red light with the OnStar, and the big problem here is the wife with her OnStar navigation can't get turn by turn because the signal is not getting from OnStar to here. So gonna have to get in with the OnStar. So tools I'm gonna need today, picked up some electronics cleaner just down at the Advanced Auto Parts, or just whatever auto parts. Got a socket wrench, 7mm, because I'm going to have some screws here on the glove box. Got a Phillips head screwdriver, and then I've always got one of these because no matter what, it always seems like I end up needing that for something. So hopefully that's all I'm going to need, and let's get to work. There's not a whole lot of information for where the location of the OnStar box is. I've searched this a lot. On the 2010 Cadillac CTS, some people say it's in the trunk, but don't necessarily believe that, because when I looked, it's just the batteries back in the trunk, as well as like the entertainment with the Bose system. So in the Cadillac CTS, after talking to the dealer, it's actually located back up in here in behind the glove box. So the first thing I'm going to have to do is remove the glove box, and in order to do that, there are four 7mm hex screws there I'm going to have to remove, and then there are three more screws, Phillips head screws, in the top of the glove box, and it's supposed to slide right out. So I'm going to get to work on that. Okay, so looking up under the dash, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to have to remove those 4 first. Okay, I'm afraid it's going to be probably hard to see, but there's one, another one up under there, and over on the far side, see right in there, 3 Phillips head screwdrivers, so gonna have to pull those out as well. So I'm gonna do that. One little tip when removing those, the initial screwdriver I had, Phillips head, didn't have the proper clearance, so I had to resort to one that was smaller that can actually get up into those. So just be careful when you're selecting your screwdriver, make sure you have enough clearance to get up in there. Okay, once that screw has been removed, the glove box will come out. One thing I did have to do, I did have to use that one tool just to pry it just a little bit, and then it just pops right down. Okay, granted, this is probably not the most comfortable way to work on it, but I'm kind of laying down on the dash, on the floorboard right now, looking up. And this right here, this is the OnStar module. And over here, there's you see a purple one, blue one. These are the ones I'm going to be messing with, cleaning out. So it is located right there immediately when you remove the glove box, so you should be able to get to it. If you want, there's one, and then a couple more back here securing it, that you may want to pull those out, and then the module should come out, but hopefully that's all there is. But may try that just to make it a little bit easier to work with. Okay, so because I just didn't feel like laying on my back the whole time, I did decide to go ahead and remove those. There's the Phillips head screw, which is in the front, and in the back there are 2, and they're 7mm screws again. You can just pop those out, and then I'm going to be cleaning both these. You can see there's a little press in part that you have to press to get those out, but I'm going to press those out, clean. I'll go ahead and clean both of them. The one I'm really worried about is the purple one, but I'm going to go ahead and do that. But here are the rest of the connections. You know, this can also help you. I know some people want to completely disable their OnStar. I've also seen other people who want to replace this module with a Bluetooth module if their car originally didn't have Bluetooth. I know some people pick them up off the internet, but this is the way you access it, and you can get to it, and this is the location. So thought I'd just go ahead and show everything while I was here. So anyway, I'm gonna get to work and clean those connectors, and hopefully everything works at the end. Okay, so you can see I pulled them both off there. I did have to get a flat blade just in there to kind of push down so I could, or on the other side, should I say, just to push down on that clip there just to help slide it off, but it comes off pretty easily. Okay, so I sprayed the cleaner in there, cleaned it out real good, let it dry, and connected it back. So before I put all this back, I'm going to go ahead and check and see if we've got success now on the light. Okay, now I'm back in the driver's seat, so let's fire it up and see what happens. And hey, we've got a green light, so we were successful, so that's what it was. So now I just get to put everything back together again, so looking forward to that. Just one more additional comment before I put everything back together. First time I tried it, it went green for a second, then went back red, so you may have to do this a couple times. Just make sure you get enough cleaner in there to really clean out everything it needs to, but as you can see now it's staying green, so hopefully if you do have that problem, just check it before you put everything back together and make sure that everything stays green, and should, if not, just make sure you get it cleaned out really well. So hopefully that helps. And I know some people have said instead of the electronics cleaner you could use WD-40. You know, you may try that, and even when you're doing it, you may try to reseat the connection a few times just to make sure everything kind of cleans out in there, but everything should work. Hopefully that works for you. Okay, as you can see, I've got the OnStar back up in there. I recommend if you do this repair, go ahead, save yourself the time and the headache, and go ahead and remove those 3 screws. Makes it a lot easier. Like I said, Phillips head in the front, 2 7mm hex heads in the back that you can use a socket wrench for, same as the other ones. And then now all I have left is to put the glove box back in that I took out earlier. Again, 3 overhead Phillips head screwdrivers, and then the 4 hex head 7mm underneath, and that should do it. Okay, so there you have it. Everything's back together and replaced. And so total cost of repair was about 10 bucks. All I paid for was the electronics cleaner. Everything else I had in my garage, so that made it easy. When we called the dealership just to look at this, they were wanting $150 just to do a diagnostic, and then tell us probably another something outrageous to tell us how to fix it. So instead of paying the $150 plus, I'm sure, extensive labor and everything else, which would have been a $400, $500 repair, I did it for 10 bucks. So hopefully this helps you. Again, you know, you can use this to do other things like replace your OnStar if you want, or even disable it. That shows you how to get into it, and then you can figure out what to do from there. But hopefully this helps you get back on the road and have that green light now, help you with navigation, and just be safe out there. I'm on the road with you. Thanks a lot.